Okay, so we're here with Dr. Michael Lee and his patient Judy Brock, and we're talking about the nutrition part of her therapy.
Okay, you had gone over what you're basically eating all day, and you're skipping meals frequently. How I'd like you to eat better is by watching your sugar intake. Okay, you need three things: breakfast, lunch, and dinner with protein, carbs, and fat in equal amounts. And then you need to be eating 2 to 3 snacks every day, which consist of fruit and nuts. Now, any time that you put anything in your mouth, I want you to think of it in terms of sugar, keeping it nice and easy. We want to avoid spikes in your sugar, and we want to avoid dips, not eating. Spikes are from eating high glycemic index foods. So, I'd like you to eat more like this. This diet is not perfect, but it's basically a low glycemic index diet with the three main components: protein, carbs, and fat, and then 2 to 3 snacks in between. So you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, and the goal is to keep that blood sugar steady. That decreases stress on your body. It keeps a constant amount of fuel going through, and it maintains your hormones, your health, and it'll help you lose weight in the end. So let's talk about the protein first. Protein, carbs, and fat. Where it really becomes important, especially in terms of protein, is eating the right proteins. Okay, I mentioned the so-called bad proteins over here, but I'd like you to stay more on this side with the usual suspects of what most people know as good protein. Where it really becomes important, especially in terms of keeping the blood sugar steady, is staying away from these high glycemic index foods and taking in carbohydrates that break down into sugar in your blood more slowly. And then the fats: olive oil, canola oil, fish oil, and nuts. But the nuts have to be the right type of nuts. You got to look at the ingredients. Make sure there's no added ingredients. The only ingredient you want to see is the nut itself. Almonds and walnuts are the best ones, raw. So basically, I want you to be eating every 2 to 3 hours, low glycemic index, and keeping the fuel going with you, in your body. And that's
That wraps up Judy's nutrition part of her therapy.
yes.
Thank you, Dr. Lee.